Hello dear friends, I'm Joe, and this is my bunker, also known as Parcel Simulator. I couldn't get enough, so we're gonna do something today. I got a bunch of boxes, and there are more boxes. I have more money in the bank, I bought all the expensive things already, and we're gonna make this actually efficient. Well, if you're wondering, Joe, what are you talking about? This is not working. The two gates that we have, the two trucks that get delivered all the time, throughout the day, always back up. Every single time. There's not enough flow, and the most I can get out is around 100, like 60 to 80 is what the machines can do. And if I go super manual and actually help and throw stuff around back and forth, then I can get up to about 100. I would like to get to 120 or 150 units per day, but to make that actually happen, we have to rip a lot of this stuff out. How much of it, I don't know, but I think it will be a not terrible idea to have some kind of organization with, you know, round things versus, yeah, if I press Q, I can actually do this. Curves versus straights versus all the other pieces. And I'm making a little pile here of all the straight pieces of conveyor belts. I'm going to put all the other pieces of conveyor belts, you know, in all the places where they hopefully belong. And then I hopefully don't regret putting everything right here, because it is the place where we actually have to run some of our current organization through. So, yeah, this will be fun. Hopefully, we will have something similar to what goes on over here. And honestly, the best way to probably do this is to start on the inside over here and get all of our machine parts organized on that side, so that we can expand to the space where we actually have space, which is all over here, because there's so much open room that I just want to get all the things organized. Now you may say, Joe, if you're going to do that anyways, shouldn't you just move all of the conveyor stuff this direction and just start over here? To which I would say, that is a very interesting idea, and it may actually do the thing that I want to. However, I am not... I don't know. I don't know if that is the answer that I wanted, and I don't know if there's if there's another dock behind here. Let's just see what's behind this side. Ooh, there's another dock behind this. Okay, now we have the answer to what Joe actually wanted here and wanted to see, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's another dock coming out of there. So, with all of that said, I am assuming that there is a conveyor belt right here where the yellow dots are right there. I don't want to start the day yet, because then we're already going to get packages, and I would like to do all of this without, you know, the hassle of things that we need to do. But with what we know now, it probably makes the most sense to just funnel as much as humanly possible into the direction of where most of our stuff is going to be later on. So let's just package up a couple more of these guys. And then I think what we will do is... purchase a couple more special conveyors. Yes, I kind of like that idea. Let's get this one over to this side. We have some tools. And I haven't unlocked everything 100%. Oh, you want me to build something for $114? Sure, why not? But yeah, we haven't even unlocked everything. There's still a couple, I think, licenses. I do have everything. Parcel types. I still have 2 parcel types that I haven't even touched yet, and they obviously make more money. I do wonder if the hard shell containers go through the scanners, or if I have to do something manual again if I unlock those. Anyways, I think this is what we're gonna do. Let's funnel everything out of here, because I am pretty confident that even though our conveyor scanners cannot handle as much stuff as I want them to, they are very capable of moving materials. Plus, we have the opportunity or the option to upgrade these conveyor belts, and as you can see, they're super cheap. So if all I have to do is update the speed of the conveyors to take everything to the location where I want everything to happen, then that feels like a very doable task that we can totally start. All of the conveyors that I have here, there shouldn't be anything magical about them. I obviously just want them to kind of, to kind of get us to the places that we need to be, and that's what we're doing right here. But yeah, let's get them all continued. And here's probably an option of just If I upgrade that one, and if I upgrade all of these, we should be able to handle these two conveyor belts coming in and making some speed happening right there. The next thing that I need is to figure out where exactly the conveyor comes out of that side, but that should be pretty much, yeah, it's right down where the yellow is. So let's grab a thing. Let's press RRR so we can start going in the correct direction and go as far as we can. I'm assuming that's where the conveyor belt is going to go in. I don't want to move everything manually because we will need a lot of these over and over and over and over again. Let's see if I can actually store some of this on here. Survey says no. The racks are only for proper packages, and that's a little lame. But we have these guys. I could have upgraded these to some bigger ones, but this way we can at least move 6 items at the same time, which is better than 1 item at the same time. Should you just get, what is the biggest pallet that you can get? That's an excellent question because I don't think they're actually that expensive. Let's see. Biggest pallet to move something that I currently have is 12 parcels. There are 20 parcels for 2,000. You know what? That's probably going to be worth it. You only have 4,000 left right now. That's because you just did something. This is probably not the thing that you need the most. Yes, it would be nice to have a bigger pallet, but there's so much to do here. Once you get back into the bigger area, you really don't need any of those things anymore, so this should be fine. See, that wasn't bad. We're already here. So now we have enough connections to make both of these kind of combine right here. Now we have to figure out, what do we want to do with this? And there are several things. Someone did point out very appropriately that the green and red sticker checker is probably one of the most common ones. Like, once we get this one done, most of the things that we need to care about should already be taken care of for us, and that is probably accurate. So, honestly, do you want to go that way, or which way do you want to go here? I'm not quite sure yet, because I'm tempted to use 3 of these. We have a little bit of money left, and I have at least 1 weight scanner. You are full. You're also full. Let's get us a little more money. I don't think you were actually full. No, you only have 5 because you're stuck. That's lame. Go. Get out of here. Cool. Yeah, that should be fine. And then we need another scanner mobile. No, these don't actually tell me what they are. What are you? You are valid, invalid for country. Not helpful. How about you? You are... Pick up. R stamp. Okay, that's not helpful. How about you? You are approved, unapproved. I think this is the guy that we actually wanted right here. No inspection sticker. Yeah, this is fine. So if they have an inspection sticker, this one should be the one that we're actually after. Very good. The way that they're set up, you can obviously not just put them right next to each other like I was planning for initially. You have to put a little bit of extra room, and you have to be clever about what you're actually going to organize. I am tempted to say green always in the middle. So if it's good, it can go in the middle. If it's bad, it has to go somewhere else. Now this brings me back to the, is this really going to be helpful? Or is this going to be more complicated? There's green going in the middle. Cool. Actually, the yellow ones are probably the bad ones that we have to worry about, because the yellow ones I do want to combine at some point, right? Okay. So with that in mind, do you have to put these the other way? This is the fun part of, you know, factory builders just in general, because if you don't know right away what you want to do, then what are you going to do? So if I do it this way, let's say here. Sure, that should be fine. If I say here, and give you a chance to send the green ones, X again, RR, over here. If I send the green ones to the middle, you still have the yellow ones not pointing at the same thing. Okay, that is not super helpful. I think the launcher would be cool, but I'm not sure they can afford it yet. So the yellow ones are the ones that need to be inspected, that we don't know anything about them yet. But how do we combine them? Because, yeah, green comes in here, and green wants to go all the way through to wherever green is. It just wants to be sorted, where the yellow ones do not do that. I think a way would be that green goes to the right and continues this way somehow, and yellow continues to where they are. And if we're going to do that, I think this is a not invalid option. Both green ones combined right here can go wherever they want to go. I do have to feed them into this thing and this thing at the same time. And then obviously yellow goes out here and they can figure out what they want to do. But yeah, I have to get a pass for green. At what point are other parcels green? Honestly, this is the end. Do you want to put this at the very end? No, because then you have a... Well, okay, if you put this at the very end, then the yellow ones just have to apply... Sorry, not the yellow ones. I'm saying this funny. The yellow light has to apply a green sticker right away and then put it on the green line. Ooh. Okay. This is interesting. What we could do is put a green sticker machine there, green sticker machine here. The green spots that already come through go here, and then everything combines onto this this piece, and then this would never be a problem again, which would require us to filter out everything else before. Now, everything else that I have comes through these machines, and these machines only have 2 ins and outs. Honestly, I think I like that. I think I like that better. Let's make these machines be the end, and we're gonna just move them out of the way because the end is for later, and get started with other things. And there is part of me that says you should probably just turn all of these conveyor belts around and flip stuff to over here. The problem there is that we don't have a good angled connection that will actually make that happen. So what we're gonna do instead is R... Actually, no, you can totally make this happen. X, R, R, X again. Hold on. X, there you go. This is what I would need. Okay, hold on. I kind of want to utilize what we have available right here so we don't waste the space. You would get probably here. You would go right here. You would go R that way, and then would... I'm really just moving stuff back a tiny bit. How much do you want to move it back? There's absolutely no reason why we can't go on the wall here just to save some room, because it is a warehouse. We may as well make best use of the warehouse at this point. So yeah, we'll just turn that around. And we need a couple more desks, tables, conveyor belts. These are conveyor belts. They're not actually desks. Wonderful. So do we want to go closer to the wall here, or do you want to give a little bit of room? I don't know how much room we need, but it is probably a dumb idea not to use all the room that we can get, because there's nothing that the wall does for us. So, you know, eventually, if you keep doing it over and over and over again, you will get it right. I promise that. But it is a factory builder, and that's exactly what this kind of does. You have to make sure that you do, in the end, get to the point that's actually efficient and effective. And the sad part is I have no idea how effective the thing that I'm about to try to build here is actually going to be, just because of everything else that probably needs to happen that I'm not even thinking of. But this is fine for now. Everything can funnel into the back here and then go into our scanner system. The scanner system that I would like to use is really just a red and a green area, or red and green checkup thingamabob. And this should be fine. So let's see what we can do here. We can get a red and a green. We have to decide where we want red to run. Now, the game was nice enough to provide another red chute. There's a red chute over here on the right side of the of everything, and there's a red chute over there on the left side of everything. So technically, with enough conveyor belts, we should be able to send them to either side, and maybe it makes the most sense to just embrace that for now. And if we need to, we're just going to flip it around later. But let's make that much room here. Which one is that? That is weight. So green goes to the middle, red goes out. That feels right. That feels very right. Green middle, red out. And green really just means that you passed the scan. Nothing else, nothing crazy. Which one is this? Come on. You are country. We don't need country right now. You're stamp. Not helpful. What are you? Wait. Perfect. You come all the way with me, please. We have 4,000 in the bank. I feel like we have a good chance of collecting a couple more things as we move along here. but this should be fine. R, 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 X, R, R. Cool. Now the green one's in the middle. Great. The game has a problem with what I'm about to do here, though. It does, doesn't it? Yes, yes it does. If I make it like this, it will actually not like what I'm trying to do. So if I want to load them up like this with the T junction that I have over here, and we have several of those sitting all over the place, and my plan was to just purchase more today, then I have to set it up this way, because otherwise the game does not appreciate if you just put a straight piece here, because then every once in a while it just gets stuck. It's just like, you did something wrong. What do you want me to do? And then you're just like, you know what? You're not wrong. I know I did it wrong. But leave me alone, because it's more fun that way. Anyways, so if we shove you in here and say this is definitely a valid package, my brain goes straight to, yes, Bibojo, you're not wrong. You're not wrong with putting these at the end. But these are pre-inspected parcels. Pre-inspected parcels have the advantage of being what? Pre-inspected. And if they have been inspected at some point, that means they don't have to be scanned by anything else, which means the scanners, which are the slowest part of this whole conveyor system that we see here, are no longer the thing that slows it down. What slows it down is all the other pieces. So it feels like I do have to pre-sort first and then do all the rest, which means I have to figure out a way to organize the different outcomes of whatever that thing is going to do. And I think we can. I think we totally can. It's not going to be simple, but it's going to be something. So let's see what we can do with that. I think I want you right here. Do you want the red one to go there or the green one? The red one or the green one? The red one or the green one? I want the green one to go that way. Okay, green one this way, and then the green one will also go that way. And that will just be our first out. Actually, you want the yellow ones to kind of combine to the same thing. I do, but there's no combination thing for that unless I use this. I'm confusing the crack out of myself. Take this one. Okay, this is yellow. Yes. X, R. Pick this one up. Yellow goes then this route. And now you have red going to this side. Okay, if you have red going to this side, there's not enough room for the lift conveyor that you want here. You also need a thing that actually goes in there. So whatever you just built, you just have to build it a little further this way, and then you may have a chance to do the thing. Red. You're close. You're close. X, R. There we go. Red goes here. Red goes out. You need to combine these two for reds. And we need one that combines the yellows here. And then we need another one that combines the greens. This is more difficult than I wanted it to be. I honestly love how non-straightforward this part is. And I have a feeling I may take multiple attempts at figuring this out, because this is lovely. And maybe the launcher is the only way to do this the right way. So you're curious what I came up with. Took me a couple days to get to this, but this is a new factory. Let's just turn it on right away, because everything you need to know is over there. Ignore the couple boxes on the ground. This is what I feel comfortable with for the time being, which is this block that we talked about before, and then we're just splitting out into all the things behind it. Some of them are already upgraded, some of them are not. Our weight machines, sorry, our sticker machines over here are fully upgraded. A lot of the conveyors are fully upgraded, so we can actually unload several of the trucks before stuff becomes a little bit hairy. And it looks like I should just go ahead and upgrade these as well, because that truck was unloaded a little slower than I would have liked to see. Luckily, upgrading is super simple. You just right click and it's just like, yep, I know what to do with that. And trust me, it works. There was a thing that was a little interesting, because not every day you can ship certain things out. And this is actually going to cause a little bit of, well, trouble in a way, if you want, with what we have going on over here, because just look over this way. there's a long line of things waiting to be shipped out. And yeah, we have to do something about that. That everything is working, everything is nice and automated. I haven't fully, well, set up all the, well, conveyor connections the way that they have to be. So we have still a couple that are just kind of like falling over, like right there. But there's also no conveyor piece that lets me connect from two sides at the same time. I would have to offset everything by one, and ain't nobody got time for that. But everything is working. The thing that I see right now is something that I would like to do a lot of, and we're probably gonna skip most of this day, but let me just show you a plan. And I am on level 12, so we have the Slingshot. And everyone wants to know what the Slingshot is gonna do for us. So let's get one of these guys. How much money do I have? Really not that much. Well, I don't have a choice. Yes, I do have to go for the storage rack, whichever one we can afford right now. Now the 1600 should be possible with the little Slingshot guy on top of it. Perfect. What else do we need? Well, we technically need a loader and unloader, but I'm an idiot, because part of the whole thing was this one is always open. The invalid submissions is always open, as well as the valid submissions for the trucks. They are always open every single day. So I have a couple things over here that will become interesting. It's that one, and do we just not have another storage rack? No, there's one right here, nice and big one. Perfect. Let's bring that over to this side. And what we're gonna do is just place it across from that guy, just with a little bit of space. And the thing that we're gonna do is super simple. You probably have already figured out what we're gonna do, but we're simply gonna tell these guys, hey, you can unload, but then you have to load right here. And the game's just like, yeah, no problem, but you're doing it wrong, buddy. To which I would be obviously responding with, I know, because I've played this game before. There you go. Now that one should load into this guy. There you go, and that one loads into this guy, which means it makes a little bit of room in this rack, which then gets loaded up from this side, which then should clear up whatever is going on over there on that side. And you still need another loader and unloader, you know that, right? Yeah, I have one right here, obviously, because all we have to do is make sure that this goes in as many directions as we want it. So you would go over here as the unloader, and then we just have another loader sitting on this side, and everything is nice and easy because life should be good. Now, is this going to try to go both ways continuously? Ha! Bebo Joe, which one is it going to load on? No, it's just going to circle around, isn't it? Yeah, this could have been a better plan, but nope, that one took over that spot, that one's taken over that spot, that one's taken over that spot, that one got in there somehow. I don't know how that happened. I guess there may be a little bit of room all the way up there, but you're blocking in there, you're blocking in there. Is it working? It feels like it blocked itself because this guy is no longer moving at all, but I'm not sure where that thing broke. Either way, it's doing the things that I want it to do, and this guy's not moving at all, which that's not... Why did you stop moving? You should just be going like right there and get out of the way here. Why did you get stuck? That makes me a little nervous. Why did something get stuck there? I don't know. But in the end, all of this is kind of working as long as this backup of whatever the heck is happening over here is not overloading absolutely everything that we have on the way. I could just ship out a couple of these guys and say, yeah, this is fine, just get moving. But in reality, that's not really going to give us all the things that we wanted. Yeah, everything is nice and blocked up. Trust me, this normally works, just not on Saturdays and Sundays. All right, let's see what this thing does. I will tell you, and it's not quite as exciting as I wanted it to be, because I go say, go, and it's like, yep, it's effectively the same as the bridge over there. It's just doing a hop instead of a bridge. Cool, but maybe we can throw it further. Okay, the first one went that way. I know all the packages that are in here. Let's see how far this one actually flies after we upgrade you. And adieu. Ooh, yeah, it actually did go further. Okay, upgrade to the max level. Does anyone want to go this way? That was the sound of the day is over. It's 5 o'clock. And most of the packages obviously can go all by themselves. But again, Saturday, Sunday is just not good for us. Whoa, now that is a throw bear right there. Perfect. Can we do something with that? Ha! I'm sure you can do something stupid, but no, we're not going to go all the way in there. All I can see is that we are absolutely overloading everything. the only way to really fix this is to go to Monday, because Saturday and Sunday is really just days off anyway. So let's go sleep. Don't worry, the game doesn't judge you too hard if you skip a day. All the packages are still here, like the machines can't run overnight. Part of me thinks that's a good thing, part of me also thinks that's a lazy thing, but that is fine. But as you can see, we still have several places left and right and all over the place. I just think that they shouldn't have to work all days of the week. So what you really have to do is figure out a way to finagle how to get as many packages as possible stacked in between. Just stacked. No, stacked. No, that's stored. Maybe kind of stored. One thing that I was thinking of, which I meant to do, but honestly, I'm not sure that there's a real need for it. The stuff that I'm doing over there with multiple shelves storing stuff, we can absolutely do the same thing right here for all of these truck unloaders. Just put a the conveyor loader and unloader section over here, go out 4 ways, and then just have them all come back to the thing. And eventually, if there's enough room, you have these stopper conveyors that I have to use for some places when they don't want to receive any packages for a couple days. It's all working. It's just, yeah. I wish things would just go a little different. Something that's a little funky, and I don't know why. Once you purchase the upgrade of sending packages once full, look at this. It will actually send them on a day when no packages are supposed to be sent. So you lose money because of that. It's kind of weird. It's like, so you automated this thing, and as far as I can tell, there's no way to, yeah, I know, close all. There you go, that's a big button for it. As far as I can tell, there's nothing here that is smart about knowing what days of the week it's supposed to do anything. Like, all the automation is already gone, and you could say that's okay. It feels a little funny. The inspection tool, no, there's nothing in here. Entertainment, of course, we have a basketball hoop. And then there's paint bucket. Conveyor paint. Oh, conveyor paint. That's interesting. That's something that you can absolutely totally use if that's something you're into. But there you go. Parcel types, I have not really upgraded to the insulated box. Also haven't upgraded to the hard shell containers. I feel like doing so may be more pain than what it's worth, but I still kind of want to find out. I also want to see what's behind there, because I did unlock that gate over here, which does airplanes and ships at the same time, which is quite weird, because if you look at your cargo type, what day does it have airplanes and ships at the same time? You tell me. No. There's only one day for ships, and that is tomorrow. And then there's only 2 days for airplanes, and all the other time you just have to stack and store things until they feel like they are ready to go. You seem like you've forgotten what your job is, so please get back up on the horse, as they say. Why is this not running anymore? Seriously, how did I break this? It's working just fine on the other side. That's why this is more confusing than I think it should be. I do know that they're like, oh, I wonder. Ooh, this will be very dirty. Okay, you go in there. Go. 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 I wonder if there's a box in the ether. Ether? That just got stuck somewhere below. So if I do this, let's see if this is going to do something. If I move you over, and move you over, and move you in there, and move you in there. No, this is broken forever. Very interesting. Oh, that makes me a little sad. This should just work. There's no reason why this is not unloading into this rack anymore. If I do this, then put you back here, does that make a difference in your opinion? Not that I can tell. Okay, I'm even upgraded it, but it's just like, no, you can't store that much stuff, which is just wrong. Because that one goes that way, right? Yeah, that one goes that way. This one's just like, nope, don't know what to do with this one. Too many connections. So that's good to know. I don't know that that's a flaw. I'm just trying to make the game do something that it doesn't want to do. This is really scary that it's not going over this conveyor belt for certain packages. That really absolutely should not happen. There's no reason for this. Anyways, I wanted to see how far it can go. I can tell you, on a normal day, I can now handle about 150 packages, which is effectively what I wanted to get to. Does the game tell me what my max is for that day? Also, where are these new box types that are just unlocked? Are there anywhere over here? Yep, there's one over here. I do wonder if this is an invalid serial number, but I do wonder if there's something special I have to do with them to be able to use them or locate them. Obviously, we have this problem again where all the conveyor belts are just like, I don't know what you want me to do. There's too many things going around here that are all perfect already, and this guy can't actually go anywhere. So it's just throw a couple things off the boxes, off the conveyor belts, and we're just going to put them back on later. All part of the game, obviously. Cool. You guys? Yeah, okay, it looks like this one is doing something. We could fan out and have multiple conveyors just load up here that all feed into their own storage system. But it's not quite what I wanted to do. It's just, this is sad. This is very sad for me. So the real solution for that would be you come down here, then you get me a curve? Someone? Who has a curve? You don't have a curve, you don't have a curve, you don't have a curve. Definitely no curve over here. We could do it with straight pieces, but I'd much rather have a curve. You don't have a curve, so just use the straight pieces. All right, what we're going to do is then just say, okay, from there you go this way. From there you would go this way. And from there, obviously, you would go the other way. And there are a couple more pieces that are straight pieces, like this guy. Very nice. Yep, jump over all the pieces. There was one way closer than where you just ran to. So good job. How about this one? That looks perfect for my purposes. Now we just throw that one in there. Make sure that we pick up that box from down here. Yeah, they like to get stuck there. That's okay. But they will make it onto the conveyor belt. And this is the stopped belt, which means if that is stopped, nobody else should actually go in there. So unloading from one side seems to work, but once we get into the double-sided unloading, it seems a little opinionated on that not being a thing that it likes to do, which is unfortunate, but we're just going to let that happen. You are looking like you're going to make me a little extra money. That's cool. This one as well. That must be the one that had the bad serial number, and I appreciate that. Cool. All the boxes kind of are clearing out, and as you can see, it is working. We already have 104 packages done. Yes, there were a couple stashed, but that's the game. I super much, is that a word? No. I very much enjoyed playing all of this. It obviously dragged me back to the thing that wanted me to see if I can optimize this. I don't think I did a very good job. I think I'm showing all the things that are possible here. I do wonder if there are multiple more warehouse expansions that I can get. Cool, there's another one that I can get. I don't want that, and there's another one. So you can go super big on your warehouse, and this, I think, is the maxed out version. What you probably want to do is sort packages by weight and sticker right away out of the truck, build a ginormous thing. Let me tell you that from experience, do not rip this apart. Do not rip this apart unless you have a ton of money and enough money to buy all the upgrades and all the conveyor belts that you need to do the next part of your section. You can go bananas in what you want all of this to look like. And again, I do think that the scanners right at the front will make life easy. You just have to find a way to combine all those conveyors together into the right section. And what do we have now? We have 3 there and 2 out there, so 5 conveyors feeding in. You can make a lot of money every day, but we already made enough money. Thank you so much for watching. This will be the last one on this one, I think. Again, I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. It is chaos, but it is good chaos, and it is pretty much exactly like I think it would be. A little better. It plays really well if you haven't tried it yet. I don't get any money for this, but I highly would recommend doing something with this game. I don't know why that one is highlighted right now. But no, everything is... It's quite nice. There are a couple funny things going on, but that's okay. Maybe it's just part of the automation of all the things. But this is what I have. Thank you so much for watching. Packages still going through. Obviously, there's still like 20 packages coming from behind, but No worries. Package heaven right here. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.